Everybody, I hope that you're having a fantastic time. Thank you for all of the support and all of the love that y'all have given. Now let's actually have a Kuso match, okay? Oh, I forgot to make a new thing for Crappy. I don't care, whatever. We can get more boyfriends. Everybody, you get +1 boyfriend today. Congrats. It's all head.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, good job, everybody. Now let's go ahead and say hello to Game Master for the second game of today, our dear friend, Flannel Cat. Oh my gosh, you're eating a burger? How dare you? I wanted that burger. But I didn't get the burger, did I? No, I'm not allowed to have burgers.
Because that's a cat burger.
Yeah. It's a cat. No, is it a burger made of cats or just a burger for a cat? No, give me my burger back, you thief!
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Flannel Cat. I'm glad you're here.
What's going on?
What's going on? Corndan gave out a game that had worked before in Kusog7ande, but it just didn't decide to work this year for anybody.
I've seen it work in past years, and now just,
I played it. Yeah. I don't know why, but, you know, the mystery will be resolved, and we'll have to figure that out. And maybe one day in the future we can have a fixed, uncursed, cursed game. I don't know. Whatever.
You're asking for a lot there. Okay, so one of our competitors was live and just went down for some reason.
That's okay. We'll capture them in a second. Not a big deal. With that said, Flannel Cat, how have you been?
Very busy.
Okay.
I moved. I got married again, and started playing pinball competitively. So that's been like all my Sundays, which surprisingly there's no pinball tomorrow.
Yeah, apparently on the 5th Friday, pinball stops existing.
Everyone gets the rest on the 5th Sunday. 5th Sunday.
Yeah. It's just like Christianity, where you usually rest on Sundays, except it only happens every once in a while.
Absolutely.
Every maybe once or twice a year, you know. So good job. I'm glad you get the rest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, things have been busy, and I'm starting to come down and feel human again. So you might see me here more.
Oh, I'm so happy. Honestly, you know, every once in a while we have GMs who get something really busy going on and they disappear for a little while. And it sometimes is a little sad, and we shed some little crocodile tears for them. But then they come back and everything is better. And honestly, it's always just good to have people come back. Yeah!
Absolutely.
So Flannel Cat, what game do you have today?
Oh, today I have, some people that know me know I run, this is not the game, Buffy for the GBA, which...
I love
Buffy.
Who
plays Buffy?
I think I've beaten it, actually.
So what actress plays Buffy?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
And what other licensed property does Sarah Michelle Gellar play a character in?
How many troll things can I find real quick? Sarah Michelle, she had to be in more than just what I'm thinking of, right?
Jeff's just going off here. Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo 2: Monsters Unleashed for the GBA, which also features a playable Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah,
but she played Daphne. It was a pretty good Daphne, honestly.
Well, she's really good at playing the slightly brilliant but also very ditzy-esque characters. She's great.
She's kind of like, I mean that character I think in that movie is a little bit ditzy, but did you? I watched the most recent Scooby-Doo cartoon movie because everyone on the internet was yelling about it, and she's kind of great in that movie. And not Sarah Michelle Gellar, but Daphne in general.
Yeah. By the way, apparently she was in a Burger King commercial in 1982, so that's a cool piece of trivia that nobody ever needed.
I needed it.
Yeah, I guess we all needed that.
We all needed that in our life.
Well, give me
Left.
a little bit, everybody, because I need to get everything captured. And because apparently earlier I literally broke everything somehow. And I have no
Excellent.
idea how. It will take just a few minutes to get everything ready. So hold on to your butts. Oh my gosh, Flannel Cat, we've got a big Halloween
Hello?
party happening at my house today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, people are coming over. We're playing a board game called what? Blood
That's a
on the
weird name.
Clock Tower. Blood on the Clock Tower.
Oh, I've heard of that.
By board game, it's more, what do you call it? A secret role game.
Okay.
And so like Mafia or like Battlestar Galactica, except that it is, there's so many different roles. There's so many different roles, and you don't even know what all the roles are going to be in the game.
That's great.
Yeah.
I hope you have a lovely time.
I hope
I'm going to a Halloween party later today also, but I don't think there will be any blood on a clock tower at that Halloween party.
You could help.
I gotta find a clock tower, I guess.
Yeah, anybody have a spare clock tower? Mine's
The
getting
clock tower I
used tonight.
can bleed on for a while, I guess.
Ew, gross. Oh, by the way, yesterday we had the Hoffix grudge match. We had 4 of them, and I heard you saying that you were really happy that they had one of the games there, Faith. Are you a
Faith
fan
is
of that
such
game?
I love Faith. I played that last year for my Halloween stuff, and just it was so good.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited that 3 hit Steam recently, so I can play it.
From what I've heard, 3 takes it to a whole new level. I haven't gotten there yet.
It's been in development for like 3-4 years at this point, so
Yeah, that's really cool.
like 1 and 2 have been out forever.
Yeah, not on Steam, but yeah, they've been out there in the world. I'm
Oh yeah,
really
I bought them through itch a while back.
yeah, I'm really excited to give more of them a shot.
Yeah, have you finished 1, right?
I finished 1. I made it partway
Did you
through
find
2.
the secret boss?
I found 2 of the endings, and then I was like, I just got to move on to make sure there's nothing like
The mirror.
the mirror.
There's a thing in the mirror that you can do in 1.
Nope, didn't do that.
Go back and do it. It's cool.
Fine, I'll go back and do that. Well, everybody,
All right.
I'm working on getting Scooby-Doo captured. Yeah, he's just rebellious. You gotta catch Scooby-Doo sometimes.
So my history on this game right now, which I can wait till we start, so I have actually things to talk about. But basically, I'm gonna say it anyway.
Sure.
When I was at Limit Break, on Wednesday morning I woke up with a terrible fever and couldn't leave the room all day.
Oh no.
I didn't have the thing. I tested. It was not the thing.
Okay.
But I really couldn't do anything other than like sleep and occasionally play games on my analog pocket. So I played through this entire game, and I loved it. But woof, it feels like molasses the whole time.
It feels
which is
like
wonderful.
molasses. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I tried to play the first one, the licensed game for the first movie, which is kind of an adventure game,
Okay.
a little bit.
I think that
but
we
kind of-
had one of these on Kusog7ande before. I'm not sure which one though.
Yeah, the first one's too slow. I wouldn't try to put it on here, but it's real slow, and you kind of like just wander around in a Diablo-esque perspective.
Okay, in that case, I think that we had this version, which I actually kind of like it. Like, GBA tends to be a little bit easier, like in beginning stages, and they warm you up until they get to some of the really difficult parts. And I'm pretty sure this is the game that does that. If I'm thinking of one of the battles in this that has to deal with electricity, then it is the game.
That sounds like the final boss.
The final boss? Oh,
Yeah, like the masked man or whatever.
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't see the movie?
No. I saw
God,
Scooby-Doo 1.
These movies are great.
It was
phenomenal.
very average. It was a very average movie. The cartoons, the animated ones were great.
I think these were good movies. Like, and honestly, like when the first one came out, you're kind of just, I was a little bit like skeptical about Matthew Lillard, but then he just became Shaggy for the rest of time. Because he continues to play Shaggy to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Kusog7ande. I didn't even know. All right.
Oh, back in Kusog7ande. Yeah, it's been a long time. And I think that we had at least one section in one of the gauntlets as well.
Beautiful.
So it's been years. But I'm ready for it to be back here because, like, I've gained more of an appreciation for Game Boy Advance games, you know?
Yeah. And like finding the right one for Kusog7ande is a challenge. Like I could run a panel on this stuff, so.
Okay, we're doing a countdown. Everybody, spam your emotes because it is that time. Give me all of your scariest emotes. Anything that has to do with monsters and Scooby-Doo. If you legit have Scooby-Doo, you can spam those. But yeah, spam. Spam in the... Oh my gosh.
My only regret is I wish I could make this game a little bit more difficult.
Welcome
it's not
to
that
the tutorial
of a game, but it does fight you to control it basically at all times.
As soon as I see movement, I will start our timer. And there we go, Buster, moving with the Scooby.
Scooby-Doo's running. I love all the animations Scooby-Doo has in this game.
What?
Scooby-Doo's just lovingly animated in this game.
He is. Like, the animations in this, like, they definitely paid attention to the visual style, which is the case with a lot of, what is it? A lot of GBA games that they look better than they are.
Yeah.
And anything that's licensed is going to look better as well, you know? That's just...
Scooby on the ladder. This just gets me every time, though.
So good.
So the big thing with this game is that it robs you of your momentum basically at every opportunity. When you're running, you're moving pretty quickly. When you're walking, you're moving slower than you feel like you should. And when you jump, you move even slower than when you're walking. So if at any point you hit the attack button, Scooby will grind to a halt and go very, very, very slow. And you just kind of, yeah, you gotta either run or you just gotta run. You just gotta run.
So, do you have a favorite Scooby-Doo character?
I mean, it's always been Velma, but I mean, I hate to be the stereotype with that.
That's fine. You can be a stereotype sometimes. It's allowed. You don't have to always be a stereotype, just from time to time, you know?
Oh, I always have to. Don't worry.
Yeah, Velma's... I feel like Velma, when I was growing up, everybody was like, I don't care for Velma, whatever. But she's pretty great.
She is. Also, this end-of-level animation of Scooby dancing is very good. You can skip these cutscenes, but, you know, there's not really a reason to watch them. But, you know, people can live your best life. Read a cutscene, it's fine.
True. I think as a kid, I did like Velma. I think I like Shaggy more. Shaggy's just like the ultimate Scooby-Doo human.
He is. He's very, he's
relatable. He's scared.
So.
He's scared of everything. He's terrified.
He's scared and he wants to eat food and trick or treat.
That's what like, less trick-or-treating these days, more eating food. Like, let's just go ahead and eat something that tastes, like, really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Shaggy needs the food to taste good. I feel like Shaggy would just eat food if it's there.
I'm not sure. He's not an anime, you know?
He's not an anime. Not with that attitude.
Okay, let me tell you. Anime... as soon as they have someone who is slightly fat, their entire personality is about food. And Shaggy isn't. Like, that's just a fat... it's a portion of his character. He's not just the person who eats food.
He's multifaceted.
Yeah. How? Well, okay, yeah, Justin's saying that he might also have some other things involved in his character, and that's true, too.
Well, we've got playable Daphne now.
Yeah, Justin says there might be an explanation for why he's hungry all the time, and I'd say that might be correct. Hey, look! We've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer trying to slay not a vampire, but a pterodactyl. Sarah Michelle Gellar coming here and playing... I can never remember Daphne. Yeah, Daphne. Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen these movies. I used to watch them a lot at the video store, and just they're great. They're great films, I'll say.
Watch them a lot Daphne at the video store.
What's that?
Wait, while you were working, you'd watch these?
Yeah, absolutely. When I worked at the video store, we didn't have a DVD player hooked up to the TV in the store, so we'd always have to watch VHS tapes.
Okay.
So our selection was somewhat limited, but not actually limited. But I would put these movies on a lot just because they were just very appropriate to have on.
That's great. And yeah, I feel any time of the year is fine for a Scooby-Doo movie. I've never seen the second one. Was it as good as the first live action? Or was it even better?
I think it was, if not, I don't know if it was better, but it was definitely just as good.
That's good.
Like, it had the same heart and soul of it.
I might have to go and watch it then. I think that I didn't care for the live action one when I was younger, but that was probably just because, like, I was a teenage and I like to hate popular things, you know?
I want to address something very quickly in chat, saying I'm lucky because their department only had Shrek 2. When I worked on Sunday, I watched Shrek 1 4 times every Sunday, every week. So I've seen Shrek 1 probably somewhere in the vicinity of 150 to 350 times.
Okay.
More than any other human shit. It's... I don't hate it. I never want to see it again in my life, ever. Because I got to a point where I could just recite the movie to people, and that's bad.
That is... yeah. I sort of had the same experience with Ice Age, but it was less due to working something and more due to having a younger sibling who that is all that she wanted to watch. Mind you, like Shrek, I enjoyed the first time I watched. Ice Age, I thought it was okay. I was like, this isn't very impressive. It's okay. And so it wore down on me a lot faster. I've probably seen a lot of other movies the same amount of times that I saw Ice Age, but I hate Ice Age so much.
I think I've only seen Ice Age like twice. No, it's probably been on the video store a lot too, but...
Yeah, if my older sister is here, I don't know if she had that experience. Essentia, I saw you hiding around in chat. Do you remember, I think it was our littlest sister, Michelle, who watched Ice Age like a billion times? And she was, and that's fine, but because that's what kids do. They just watch the same show over and over and over again, and it's the worst, but it's fine. Whatever, that's what kids do.
It's what they do.
I just want to know if I'm alone in this misery that I had.
I'm sure other people have shared your misery.
Okay.
It looks like both players have destroyed all the boxes instead of leaving any of them to climb up right now, which is what you're supposed to do here.
True.
As 2 players are also fighting the pterodactyl boss, or whatever they call this thing in the movie.
Oh, Ice Age came out in 2002, so you probably just went to college. Yeah. So if you went to college, you didn't get subjected to the unending Ice Age. Just be happy, okay?
I like how this is the fate you've subjected everyone to.
Yeah. Well, my sister, my younger sister, or no, she's saying that her kids watch Cars 1 over and over, and I think that death might be preferable to that.
Wow.
Nah, Cars
Rosencha,
1,
known
it's okay.
Cars hater.
It's okay. It's fine.
I've probably seen Cars. The movie I would watch over and over was just like, I don't know. I think it might have been like Jingle All the Way or something.
I saw that a few times. Ours was Tiny Toon Adventures: How I Spent My Summer Vacation.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, we watched that.
That's a really good one.
I don't think there's a movie that we watch quite as much as that one. Although we did watch... What else? I can't remember. There were a lot of cartoons that we watched a lot.
People are making the same mistake of destroying too many boxes.
Yeah, you can't destroy them all. You got to use them. They're platforms.
But you see Neolutu kind of struggling on these platforms here, just because when you're not running, the jump is extremely awkward. When you are running, you have so much momentum.
It's almost like Beethoven's second type of jumping, which makes sense because in both of the games you're a dog. But yeah, if you're doing a run jump, you can actually make some horizontal distance, and if you're jumping from a standstill, it's very difficult to land on top of anything.
Yeah, and the moment you hit that attack button, regardless if it's in the air or on the ground, your running ends completely and you go back to walking momentum.
Oh no.
Now Sarah Michelle Gellar is just punching and kicking things. She no longer has her sword. And that slide attack you see Neolutu doing, that's a trap. Don't do that.
Uh-oh.
You have to do it very early for it to actually be effective. Because you have to go through the whole animation of her like spinning and getting down to the knee and then sliding. Whereas really, if you just jump and hit the attack button immediately, then your hitbox is active immediately. But if you know that things are coming, you can slide real early. But if you...
No, Bugaboo! You destroyed the box beneath you! How did you do that?
Stomping attack. The butt stomp.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that was purely on accident. I really enjoy watching the players and see that, like, everybody struggles with something different, but everybody is struggling with the platforming in this game. It is not great.
Oh, yes. Like, the game is not that particularly hard. But the way you move and how it controls, like, should also be pretty gentle on paper. But the way the game actually interprets everything is very weird. And also there's a fun surprise coming for them very shortly. And I'm really excited for that. The double tapper run is a serious problem, but it's kind of what I expect with GBA games that star Sarah Michelle Gellar. I lost Rosencha.
Yeah,
and now it's my
sorry. I'm pondering right now.
Ponder away, my friend.
Pondering.
Ponder away.
Because we've got a situation about the status of the party tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can weigh in on anything you need an opinion on. But not my party and not my business, but I'm gonna butt into it.
No, the main thing is that, like, the game that we're going to be playing needs a lot of people. And if you don't have a lot of people, you can't play it. And two of the people who are coming apparently might not be able to make it because, I guess months ago, a long time ago, they were invited to a wedding, and nobody has said literally anything about it again until today. And...
Oh.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
So Neolutu has entered 3-3-2 or 3-3 or whatever the stage is. It's your first Shaggy stage. So up until this point, the game has been pretty straightforward platforming, run to the right or run to the left and complete the stage. And now it's a door maze. And I don't know if anyone's caught on to that, if Neolutu's caught on to that yet, because they skipped the text immediately, which is reasonable. Why would you read the text after the first few times didn't tell you anything? But now it's a door maze, and you need to find 2 keys and a switch to open a door. And I am just... It's such a mean thing this game does to you. Well, there's the red key, at least. This is the only time this ever comes up.
The red key. Well, I mean, how a key works in one place. And honestly, if you don't lock all the doors to your fancy home, you only need to use the key once. It's fine. Break in once.
Yo.
Yeah, I mean, who goes around locking all the doors inside their house? Just lock the door to the outside. I don't.
Nope. I'm gonna lock this door inside my own home, so I cannot wander into the next room.
Door locker? Do you lock all the doors in your house, like, and not just the doors to the outside? Anybody?
Like within the house?
Yeah,
I don't think
curious.
I've ever locked a door inside of my house aside from like a bathroom door.
Yeah, like a bathroom door, or like if you want to go into the bedroom and just hang out by yourself.
I've never locked the bedroom door.
Like, not even when you were a teen?
Oh, I mean, like...
Come on, if you're a teen, you lock the door.
I don't think I ever did. I feel like my parents would get mad at me if I did that.
Well, that's dumb. They shouldn't get mad. Lock your door.
I mean, I can't go back in time and do that.
I mean, yeah, actually, and as a teenager, you're probably not going to be able to change their minds. But let me say, everybody, that it is healthy for teens to be able to lock their doors and have alone time and have time where they're not being, like, where they can be like, oh, it's not going to be, I don't know, private learning that it's okay to have private space. It's good.
It's okay to have private space, but I feel like locking your door is going too far. I think parents should just respect a closed door instead of having to lock it just in case of emergencies.
Well, my dad was strong enough that, like, he could just twist the doorknob anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like...
Still.
Which he did.
Great. So you locked the door and it didn't matter, which is, I don't know, a bigger violation than just opening a closed door.
Oh, jeez. I mean, there's also, yeah, let's just say that those doorknobs weren't the best after a while. But some of them also had it so that, like, if you had a little screwdriver, it was really easy to slip it in case of emergencies in order to unlock it from the other side. So, like, I think that it's healthy. I think that it's a good thing.
That's fair, and I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, but also, like, if you're a good enough person to respect a closed door and to knock and to not just randomly come in, like, knock and then 0.5 seconds later you're in the room, you know, give like...
No, knock and wait for an answer.
Yeah,
like,
knock and wait for an answer, yeah.
Like, if you... you just gotta respect people's private space, like, and that goes so much further than, like, a locked door. Alright, Neoludu's gonna finish this stage very quickly, because they're gonna run to the right and find the red door, I think, which has the blue key in it. Or they can repeatedly try to use the blue door with the red key, that's fine too.
Uh-huh.
I think the red door's over here at least, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're through the heinous little maze that this game throws at you. This game never does again.
Whee!
Nor does it ever come up again.
Butt bopping the bats, you gotta do it, you know. Whoopoo!
And someone in chat was earlier was asking about what the password store is, and I don't know. I never used one when I played through this game.
Okay.
I told players I don't know what a game over does to you, so save your game or write down your passwords.
Writing down passwords it's always a good idea in Kusog7ande. If you have any way to continue, make sure you are following that. Yeah.
I told them all I genuinely don't know what happens when you game over. I never did. But you may want to, as a precaution, write down your password. And now Daphne has a halberd. Because why not? This is the Black Knight, the famous Black Knight from all of Scooby-Doo, really.
Beat the Black Knight.
But now it's a rhythm game.
Come on in.
I think
one of the
I
best
forget if
pinball
they call it
tables,
the
Black
or
Knight.
whatever. Not a great pinball table.
The best, literally the best.
Not at all. 2000's better than Black Knight, but both of the machines are extremely cramped. And
All right.
very weird. Black Knight 3000's a little bit better, but it's still got that new stern jank to it. But at least the playfield's a little bit more open. So this boss, you have to beat into submission, and while it's waiting, you input the commands into the book until you've input 30 of them. Because, you know, why not? That's how a good boss fight would go. I love this game. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
2 people are in the boss fight now. My only regret is that I really wish this game was a little harder.
Oh, it's fine. Ooh, the faux ghost. I mean, you could call it the fox ghost, but that's not what it is. It's a fake ghost. Ooh, Shaggy gets the green goo. Yeah.
Yeah, now Shaggy's got now people are going to start to get ranged attacks.
Honestly, the more powers that, like, early on this game is relatively simple, but it gets more and more complicated. I think that, like, it's either the next boss or the boss after that I feel really starts getting super complicated.
Honestly, don't remember what the next boss is. I remember the last one very well. When I see it, I'll remember it, but...
Yeah.
But what the goo does... Sorry, that was just a really good joke.
What does the goo do?
So these enemies take about 3 to 4 hits to kill without it, or if you throw the goo at it, they'll die in 1 hit. And they'll also get slowed down. Scooby will get a different weapon, and I don't think that Daphne gets a different weapon at all. I think Daphne just continues being Daphne.
Haha.
The pumpkin-headed enemies in Area 3 and also the rest of the game are my favorite, because even after you kill them, their head is still a hurt box. Ooh. And they will trip over and it will fly off their head, and, well, their head will fly off their shoulders, and if it hits you, it still hurts you.
Yeah, that's fun.
This whole game's a good time. And
honestly, like, it's goofy enough. Like, anything based off of live action tends to be not really very enjoyable, at least for the GBA era. But this game, like, it's not a perfect game. It's definitely aimed towards a younger audience, but it is still actually cartoony enough that it's cartoony, and yet you can recognize the individual live actors. Like, it's a weird combination that you rarely see in
absolutely
in games. I love it.
Oh, do you know what this game needed, Brosensha?
What?
A stealth sequence.
No, it didn't. It absolutely did not.
Absolutely did.
No, stealth is never required in your video game, okay?
Nope, now we've got it. We've got a top-down Metal Gear Shaggy here.
Metal Gear Shaggy.
And, like, it's really easy about it, but still. God, I forgot about this when I was giving this out, and I'm really excited by it, because I loved when I got to this point when I was playing it in the room. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I cannot wait. This is mission.
Sneaking, just sneaking all over. Yeah, I remember. You just have to be patient. Like, don't rush. just don't get caught, okay? It's better to be careful than to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
As long as the guy's on screen, you're probably fine, like hanging back.
Yeah, and you can't hang back too much because when he exits the screen, you have 3 seconds to exit also.
Yeah, but
And if he,
look at how much path there is.
Oh yeah, if he does see you, you don't immediately lose. I think he just runs off the screen real fast. So I imagine in a speedrun sense, you'd want to get seen at the right time, so he just runs away, and you can just get there. This section goes on too long, for the record. Now, at this point, we've seen all the playable characters. Now, I was really sad there was no playable Velma segment. Oh, we didn't make the door. Nor was there a,
Oh, Buster! Oh, good job. You avoided detection. I really like the music here, though. I gotta say, this is good.
Oh, it's good. This whole game's pretty sweet. I'm into it. When I was playing it, my wife was sitting next to me, and she's just like, "Are you gonna speedrun another GBA game that stars Sarah Michelle Gellar?" Because I run Buffy, or at least used to. I'm like, well,
maybe.
I didn't want to, but there's already a run on the board, and I'm sure it's actually a good run, which is better than anything I'll put down ever.
So I'm looking, the people who made this game, by the way, Altron Corporation, worked on other games like Nicktoons, Freeze, Frame Frenzy, Simpsons Road Rage, actually.
Road Rage, like the GBA one or the real one?
The GBA one. Why would they work on the real one? What are you talking about? Look at, they made Scooby-Doo for GBA. They probably only did VGA stuff, or VGA, GBA.
Yeah, just VGA games.
VGA, that's all they did. Yeah, let's see. Hot Wheels, Burning Rubber. Oh no, if that's the one that I'm thinking of. If that's the one that Cosmic the Dolphin speedruns, that's pretty broken. And by pretty broken, I mean that is very broken.
Amazing.
I see. Oh, they made a Bolt game. I want to play it like for DS. Here's the deal. When I saw Bolt, I loved Bolt. It was a good movie. I think it's a little cheesy now. But honestly, if I have the chance to play a Bolt video game, I want to someday. So there you go.
That's like a dog, right?
That's like a requirement for any gay furry. As soon as there is a Bolt piece of media, you gotta consume it.
All right.
Yeah.
Noted. I learn more about furries every day.
Bolt is very important.
Bolt is very important. Got it.
Yeah, that's all I got to say about
Is
that
that like
issue.
a reminder board for yourself?
They also made a game called Dong Dong Island.
Very important also, or?
I don't think this was very important, no. It looks like it's a pirate mobile game.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
I love mobile games.
Not Dum Dum Island, Dong Dong Island. There's a difference, okay? One says Dong Dong. And it's not Dog Island, which is also a very important game that I had to consume as soon as I learned about it.
Now, Nearly 2 is in the little factory mine thing here, which is just... You get the magnifying glass, which lets Scooby-Doo shrink enemies down and makes them less... I think that was a thing in the movie. Like, he's like, oh, they're tiny. He's not afraid anymore or something. But it's the point where they start throwing a lot of nonsense at you and just like a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
And you try to keep momentum up in a stage, and the game fights you the entire time. Which you saw Nearly to jump into a whole bunch of spike pits, which was honestly not their fault.
It's true. It's like... It's something that's a little bit weird when it comes to Kusog7ande, you know, deciding what's more important, speed or safety? And most of the time when I say when I see a GBA game pop up, what I think about doing is I'm going to go ahead and play as risky as possible, and when the game starts punishing me for playing risky, I'll start being a little bit more careful, because GBA games often start very easy, like ridiculously easy.
That is incredibly true. And what makes like so many games to me, like when games start too easy, I just get very bored.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is professional Kusog7ande tip for all of you watching. If it's GBA, go ahead and just go as reckless as possible until you get punished for being reckless. That's not true with Game Boy and Game Boy Color, though. Those, often will punish you immediately.
Oh, yeah. I have, and I'm not revealing what game this is. I have a Game Boy Color game in my my repertoire of Kusog7ande games to give out this year.
Ooh.
And it is one of the most punishing things up front I've ever played. And I am very excited.
Really?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Actually, I got to make you play a game fairly recently on the on Nintendo on the Hotfix Grudge match, and that was a lot of fun to see you play like bootleg Indiana Jones. You did really well.
Bootleg Indiana Jones. That game was awesome.
I like it. The more that you played it, the more you realized how bad it was. And it's definitely got a lot of issues, but at the same time, I love it. And that was another one where, learning the continue system as quickly as possible made a huge difference. Because you knew you could be a lot riskier with that.
Yeah, you didn't need to be so careful as long as you could get to the end of a stage and beat it.
Yep.
And have some equipment. That's where I started to really run into a wall with that game, is I just kind of ran out of gear to hit enemies with.
By the way, the person who made the music for this actually made the sound and music for RoboCop 2 Arcade.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Someone was talking about the composer earlier, about how they're pretty popular or well-known.
They did a lot of games. I see Captain America and the Avengers, which is definitely a game that we have had on Kusog7ande a few times with a few of the various ports.
You can't say it like that. You have to say Captain America and
Captain America and the Avengers.
I can't move.
I can. Haha, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
No, you will be the one escaping.
America still needs your help. I love it. I love it so much.
Cut my Avengers thing off.
They also worked on Are You Okay?
Captain. And that's it.
Did I do it?
What?
What?
No, I think my mic is just like, no, something's wrong. We can't let this happen.
I love it. Microphones sometimes know best, you know?
You know, it probably does. They had a Captain America and the Avengers at my local barcade, and it was there like the first 2 times I went, and it was in pristine condition, and it played so well, and then I went back and it was replaced with like a Mortal Kombat 3 cabinet that I didn't care about.
Boring. Everybody,
now
you can only pull out so many spines before you get bored. I mean, unless you're the collector.
One is the amount of spines I can pull out before I get bored.
Really?
I mean, MK3 is the best of the first 3, obviously, but like, it's still not a great fighting game. It's not. I don't think MK got very good until like 9.
I remember when I was a kid, we rented Mortal Kombat 2, but then I guess I did something to get in trouble. I have no idea what, but my parents wouldn't let me play it. And the console was in my room. They wouldn't even let me watch it. I sat outside my room listening to my sisters play Mortal Kombat.
Incredible.
Yeah.
My parents rented...
That's all I remember.
My parents rented Mortal Kombat 2 for me a while back. And I remember playing it for a while, and like on my Super Nintendo, whatever. It was, I had fun. I was playing a video game. And I'm just kind of, I'm done playing and I go hang out with my parents. Like, oh, is the game too scary? I'm like, what? Like, it didn't even register on my radar that this could be possibly horror at all.
Yeah.
Too scary. No, I'm done playing for now.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to teach me a lesson about something that I had done. I don't remember any lesson at all. I just remembered that, like, I was really excited about something, and then I couldn't play it. That's the message. I'm upset. No, actually, probably in that moment, I, like, learned that I probably shouldn't, like, rip people's hearts out outside of video games or something like that, you know. I probably learned something. It's just a lot of the lessons that you learn along the way, you don't remember what they are.
Everyone needs a good Kalima sometimes. We'll see Elite getting down to the last monster in that boss fight and dying, needing to restart the whole stage.
No, that is so sad.
This is probably going to lead to whomever this is. This is Isma? Buster Curry? Yeah. Taking the lead.
So, how important are the places for this match? Like, how many points do the players have?
I think everyone's got like 10 points or so. I tried to look it up the other day. Got lost because someone's name was different.
Yeah, I do see that essentially they had about 12 points. So, in general, at the end of round 3, let's see, they had to have how many points to move on? 9 points. So I believe that at the end of round 3, you have to have about 19 points to move on. Correct me if I'm wrong, admins and game masters and everything else. But I think that we are going to have a couple people eliminated by this match.
If this is going to be a spicy, people will probably get eliminated. I think this is a good game to pick with it because it's. Because I'm like, my biggest regret is that it's not hard enough, but I think that's the right plan then, and so people can have that fighting chance.
Hedgemaze is confirming that 3rd and 4th for this match will be eliminated. You have to have 19 points by the end of this match. Honestly, yeah, this game, it's not it's not super trolly. There's not a whole lot of randomness that you have to deal with. I mean, sure, there might be some like micro sections where there's randomness, but you have a decent health bar. What you have to learn is just consistency, how risky you should be, and how careful you need to be in other areas. And if you can figure those things out, then you're going to be successful. And Buster Curry appears to be on the next level. We've got this.
We've got Skeleborn. This
rank
looks very cool. Very cool. Very awkward to control, but you'll get through it.
It looks very it's kind of cool, I guess. Like, what did he do? Get a trash can lid and just decide to go trash cannon?
All right.
I mean, I guess there are round things are not the best to surf on. Okay, you usually want something that's a little more snowboard or something shaped. This, you're just gonna fall on your butt.
Anyway, now it's a puzzle game.
Yeah! Everybody, if you didn't expect Tetris, then I don't know why you're even here.
So all you're trying to do is connect the one thing to the other with whatever blocks fit there. It's not exactly a difficult thing to do or takes a lot of brain power, and you can undo any steps.
Okay, it's not science, is what you're saying.
It's very unexpected and very neat.
Oh my gosh, you can solve it right now. Just one piece up on top. But with that said, you know, it's like, how much is the game gonna punish you if you don't get it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, like, despite the electricity, not very much.
This is a game that players will keep moving forward in, and I am happy.
Yeah, that's not
And
true
honestly,
for
we might-
every single
We
game
might
out
see
there.
a completion, honestly. Maybe. I believe it's four worlds, and people are getting to the end of 3 right now.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the next match. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll start setting up in probably about 10 minutes because I've got hot puzzle
Ooh.
action right now. Rank A.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, no, this next game looks amazing.
Yeah. There's a surprising, like, back in the day, with a lot of games, they would put a surprising amount of variety in the games, and I'm not, like, as opposed to Mario, that is essentially like, guess what? Every stage is a platformer because this is Mario. A lot of games really broke from that trend and put in tons of different little genres in there, which is kind of good and bad. I would say that, like, if you do that, that you're able to put in, like, worse. Like, the individual games don't have to be quite as good, you know, as long as they're functional, as long as they work fairly well. I personally prefer, like, if you focus on one genre and really flesh that out, but at the same time, like, the wide variety, you don't know what's going to come next in this game, and it's fun. What is this? What is this semi doing in front of Buster? No!
Oh, just wait for it.
This is not how you're supposed to drive, okay? Everybody, if you're a professional trucker and you do this, you get your license taken away.
I don't know. I played some American Truck Simulator with PSEG yesterday, and I'm pretty confident this is how you drive a truck.
I've considered playing that a little bit, but I also realized that it costs money, and do I want to, or does it?
It does cost money.
Dink. Okay.
And it's very good.
Yeah.
You can drive around Utah.
Yeah, you can actually drive downtown in my hometown where I was born, and it is scary. It's really accurate. It's like nobody should have made Vernal, Utah that accurate, but they did.
But here we are.
Yeah. So if you drive through Vernal, Utah, that's where I was born, and the downtown, it's spot on. It's absolutely what it looks like there. I currently live in Logan. Guess what? You know what? People can't dox you if you already give all of your personal details out. I live in Logan, Utah, and it's also very, very accurate in the game. Like, I love it. That's the main reason I would want to try playing it, just so that I can go check out what it looks like. It gets a little surreal, though, when you start, like, leaving town, and, like, it changes from being extremely accurate to, like, condensed accurate to, like, wow, we're out of town, like, 10 minutes before we should be out of town. This is just, like, it becomes surreal when you leave the town.
I've noticed that from Utah, from my time there. That, like, what it looks like changes dramatically depending on, like, what 5 minutes did you drive?
Yeah. I actually really, like, I love that surreal feeling because, oh, Buster, by the way, is on, Buster and
people on the
Neolidu,
Volt Ghost.
both on the Lightning Boss. This is where I usually expect people to struggle for a while.
Yeah, I forgot this boss existed. I'm excited about it.
Buster appears to have learned how to fight the boss, though. That is great. Essentially, what you have to do is stay alive until the boss does an attack that causes items to fall from the sky. You punch the items as they fall and knock them into the boss, and if you manage to do that, you damage the boss, and then good job.
Yep, and not only do you have to do this once, not only do you have to do it twice, you have to do it thrice.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lengthy boss.
Mm-hmm.
But there are health refills, so that's nice.
Are they both on phase 2 now? I can't tell.
No, I think Buster is Neolito hasn't quite learned exactly how this fight works. So, Buster definitely has the advantage going into this on phase 2. I don't know how much is after this boss, but yeah, Buster is doing fantastic.
There's a whole world after this boss.
A whole world. An entire planet.
This is the 1000-volt ghost.
Every once in a while, Justin, he's sitting at his computer next to me, and every once in a while I can tell that he just wants me to look over. And he showed me, like, you know how on Alien, there's the little baby alien that pops out of someone's chest? It was like that, except it's a chihuahua. It's a good Halloween costume. I love it. This little angry-looking chihuahua just bursting out of a chest.
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Neolito's taking a death. Game over, but still at the boss fight.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Hasn't quite grokked how the boss works. And people saying, oh, they didn't read the instructions at the start of the level. Like, can you blame anyone, like, for skipping the instructions? I didn't read the instructions.
Honestly, the instructions haven't really mattered until this boss. Like,
also, the run button on the Shaggy stealth level is in the instructions. And I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Meggles is past the Hive boss now and is moving into Skeleborting.
Skeleborting. It's a good sport.
Okay.
Honestly,
damage has been done by both players now.
Good. Honestly, it's not really too surprising that some players start to fall behind a little bit. And it's very easy, especially when GBA lures you into that false sense of security that, hey, this is a game where we have been holding your hand and giving you tutorials all over, and then suddenly you get this boss that actually has mechanics that it tells you about before you get into the boss arena. And usually, like, a game like this, it's much more like, let's hold your hand. But no, not here.
And, like, all the bosses did have a brief explanation about what's going on, but you really don't need it up until maybe this point.
Yep. Hey, Buster had been conserving the health pickups. That was a very, very smart idea. Buster ran all the way back to the beginning of the stage in order to get one of those pickups.
Both in phase 2 now.
I think Buster is actually on phase 3, if I'm not mistaken.
That is entirely possible. If only these sections looked any different.
They look a little bit different. The 3 platforms, Buster running to the left, going past the platforms that Neolito just got past. Neolito on to phase 3.
Starts doing the ground pound eventually too, which gets really vicious.
I'm a little bit worried that, like, I remember as much about this game as I do from 5 or 6 years ago.
I mean, it's a game that stands out.
It does, and this boss, like, was the major turning point for where I was like, this game's too easy to... This game actually has some really good moments, and this fight is the good moment.
Yeah, they are both in the exact same phase right now, it looks like. That's when the boss starts getting a few extra attacks in. But also at this point, if you know what you're doing, you've got this. Oh. Smart running from the lightning. Yellow ball's gonna come out.
Honestly, always run from the... Well, okay, actually, usually get on the ground if there's lightning. But this guy doesn't follow the rules of lightning. He just shocks wherever he wants.
Okay, same phase again. So dying does not put you back a phase. But that's an unfortunate death on Buster's side. Or I'm sorry, Neolito's side.
Yeah.
Buster might take the lead again. As long as Buster does not die here. There we go. That's dead boss.
Yes! Okay. So yeah, that is section 4-2 from this game FAQs manual that I'm looking at, 4.3. After this, there's still Mining Town left, okay? And then there's also inside the mines.
The old-time mining town.
Yeah. And here we go, Buster running around as Scooby. Scooby! Do you ever play as Fred in this game?
Nope. Good. Fred is there for the objective screen, for his teeth to glint and to wag his finger at you.
Honestly, nobody cares about Fred, so that's perfect. I'm glad that the creators of the game knew that.
Fred in this movie is such a dingus too, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
What was that, Freddie Prinze Jr.? No. Who played Fred?
Some dude. Is anybody here a Fred stan? I gotta know. Because if you are, I will apologize to you a little bit. I just never really cared for him.
Scooby-Doo, IMDb. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Who is that?
He's Freddie Prinze Jr. He's, what else does this man play? He was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. She's all that.
Yeah. By the way, the book, I Know What You Did Last Summer, was much better than the movie. Whether that matters or not, I actually kind of like the book.
He was in the Wing Commander movie, apparently.
Huh.
Yeah, Linda Cardinelli.
She's all that, yeah.
Oh, Daphne plays, Laura Barton in the Marvel movies.
Who's that?
Hawkeye's wife.
Okay. I know of Hawkeye. I've heard of him.
You've heard that name.
Like,
I would have never put that together.
I'm one of the people who unfortunately is like the least knowledgeable when it comes to Marvel. I'm sorry, that's just I feel like that is, if I were involved in any trivia team, that would be my number one weakness. Anything dealing with superheroes. Just so y'all know, you ever join trivia with me, just make sure that you have a better knowledge of superheroes than I do, because I am gonna be in trouble.
How close these two players are is like mind-boggling.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Jump over the barrels. Ooh, Neolita got Donkey Konged.
You gotta keep your momentum up here.
For nine.
Like you can get your momentum back, but if you try to do most of these jumps without it, you're just gonna die. Oh. I think I need to refresh the stream.
I can go ahead and refresh each of these players here to make sure that we have everything caught up as possible as well. So,
this is spicy close.
Yeah. You should be able to watch and listen to it on Discord if you haven't been doing that.
Oh no, I've got them all up on my screen. I'm sorry. You didn't need to do all that for me. I appreciate it.
What, click a single button?
Yes, you did not need to click a single button for me.
Yeah, you won't even hear your own voice there.
I don't hear my own voice already. Well,
I'm pro.
My microphone does a little bit of echo back to my own voice because I need that to actually talk and not feel weird. But...
Okay, I mean, that's fair. You can go ahead and hear yourself through your own setup.
Yes, there's not a noticeable delay between the two.
Well, okay, cool. Well, here we go. Naya is making a good push through these treadmills here. I don't understand, like, these walking eyeballs. Were those in the movie?
Pretty sure those walked out of Monsters, Inc. I'm not completely sure. Those, I believe, are from the monster generator thing or something. It's been a while since I've seen this movie.
Why are you generating monsters? Get rid of them.
You know,
throw them in the trash.
Bad guy wants to.
Well, bad guy needs to knock it off.
What? Oh.
I mean, I guess that's what we're doing here
right now.
We're trying to get the bad guy to stop being a nerd.
Yeah, I'm not. I haven't seen this little gray sewer area come up on Nearly 2's screen. So.
Well, it looks like.
Oh, here it is.
That's blue, I think. Is it blue?
Oh, I mean, colors are yeah, it's blue.
I mean, I guess the ground is gray. The ground is gray. The wall is blue. I'm colorblind, so I have to just check every once in a while to make sure that, like, I'm not losing more color vision. Although, I'm not sure that it changes at all with age. I don't think it does, but occasionally, like, there are some colors that I absolutely miss.
Sorry, that butt stop dive bomb into the the pit was just too good. All right, we are on Miner 49er. On
Oh my gosh, he is an angry miner. I don't like him.
He is so mad.
Also,
but now we're dipping, like, this whole movie dips into, like, the famous catalog of classic Scooby-Doo villains, and it's just rad. Like the 1000-Volt Ghost and Miner 49er and the Black Knight are all just, like, the biggest names in early Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. No, Bugaboo! Oh wait, that's good. Complete.
Yep. That's a complete
I was
stage.
sad for the pterodactyl.
Yeah, this is going to be a spicy fight, and I think Nearly 2 is going to get there as well. It might come down to health bars, but we'll see if... Well, I don't think they're going to spend 6 minutes on this boss fight. But a game over will definitely set them back. Unless this is its own stage, which it might be. I will say, did not expect such a close match to come out of this.
Yeah, this has been really good. Yeah, both Bugaboo and Meggles trying to get through the lightning, dude. Although, odds are, you know, it looks like Meggles and Bugaboo are probably going to be the ones eliminated today. And Buster and Nihilito will make it through to the next round. Although Nihilito just had a big setback. Like, if either Bugaboo or Meggles can beat Lightning Boss really quickly, then they have a chance of catching back up. Like, it's a small chance, but it's a chance nonetheless.
The thing with Lightning Ghost is nothing about Lightning Ghost is quick. The 1000-Volt Ghost is a slow fight, even when it goes well.
That's a lot of volts.
It's so many volts. We are in the final world for Buster Curry now.
That's awesome.
This match, and I'm not calling it good with the 5 minutes left, but it's pretty clear that this might be over. Has been so close between all 4 players. Like, this has just been wild. This was very good. I'm actually not sure between Bugaboo and Meggles who's in first, so I'm sorry, or not first, who's ahead of between the two of them, but oh, they're in the same spot.
Yeah.
Now, whose screen is this? Meggles is a little bit ahead.
Meggles, like, I really like that both of them have been, it's been a little bit slower progress, but they've been getting the hang of the game, and I think that, like, they've taken the time to learn how this, I think they've both learned this boss a little bit faster than the other 2 players. Like, they're doing really, really well here.
Oh yeah, they've made progress immediately on it.
Yeah.
And, like, Bugaboo was a bit behind, had, I think, a little bit of struggles with the Monster Hive, and is just really rocketed back to be a competitive position. Scrappy-Doo was the villain in the first movie.
Scrappy-Doo is always the villain. He's the movie
Scrappy-Doo
in... Well, yeah, Scrappy-Doo... I do not like you.
I do not like you. That's my favorite movie. Scrappy-Doo, I don't like you.
Yeah, I'm not even using a conjunction here. That's how much I hate him. Oh no! Nihilito just got squished! Always my biggest concern, getting squished. Wait.
All right.
Not always. I don't know. I tend to, like, not put myself in very squishable situations.
Don't put yourself into squishable positions.
It's true. It's true.
Don't become a stuffed animal.
Don't become a stuffed animal. Just, make sure that, like, if there are rocks slowly moving towards you from two sides, just sidestep them, okay? Get out of the way.
So Buster just learned firsthand why you don't want to hit the attack button when standing on a platform very small with Scooby-Doo, because Scooby-Doo marches forward during his attack.
That's not
and you
great.
can't cancel out of it.
Oh, I love it. Someone is saying that Scrappy-Doo kept Scooby-Doo from being canceled in 1979.
Just because Scrappy-Doo saved it from being canceled doesn't mean he deserves our time or effort.
Yeah, that's the big question. Who is more evil, Scrappy-Doo or corporate executives?
Probably Scrappy-Doo. I can see Scrappy-Doo.
No, I would say corporate executives, because they were going to cancel Scooby-Doo and decided that Scrappy-Doo would save it. No, Scrappy-Doo did not save it. You stupid executives, okay?
If you said in the new Scooby-Doo movie that Scrappy-Doo buys Twitter, I would believe you.
What about the people who made Scrappy-Doo? Would you believe that the people who made Scrappy-Doo bought Twitter?
Inconsequential.
In fact,
we're talking about Scrappy-Doo.
No, they're more evil. I'm talking about the real universe, okay?
In universe. You don't talk...
And
in the Scooby-Doo universe, I can see that happening.
Elon Musk probably made Scrappy-Doo. That's what I'm trying to say here.
I don't think he's that creative.
Do you think it required creativity to make the crappiest character in all of freaking cartoon history? No. No, it requires no creativity. And I'm going to go ahead and try to make it canon. Elon Musk made Scrappy-Doo, and they are in love now, and that's just
And they're
gross.
in love now. Oh, I didn't realize it was fan fiction time.
he got I think he got divorced, so might as well marry Scrappy-Doo now. Yeah, that's right. Well,
I'm glad this hour's over. I don't want to have this conversation.
They probably kissed and everything.
I'm done with this conversation. I am 100% done with this.
Oh, well, we're done. Buster won. Heck yeah, Buster Curry taking the victory here. Nihilito not too far behind, taking second. Unfortunately, Bungaboo and Megals getting eliminated, but not without a good fight. This music is way too sad. What the crap? What is this music? Dark Cloud? Reminiscence. Let's go ahead and reminisce of all the things that happened here. Sarah Michelle Gellar fighting the electric demon. Elon Musk marrying Scrappy-Doo. Just all of all of the important moments in life. Let me actually try to bring in the player though, so that we can move on to less gross things. Yeah, come here. Which one is Buster?
I think it's Ezra.
Oh yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and allow them to come and chat because I would love to hear opinions about this game here instead of whatever the crap I'm gonna say next, because it's not gonna be good. You know it, Cat.
I've just kind of tuned you out for a little bit.
I love you. You're perfect. Thank you so much. I had so much fun.
I had a blast. Thanks.
Yeah, this was absolutely great. Yeah, I love that, like, everybody, like, there were places changing for quite a while between the various players. Hello there! I believe.
Hey.
Yeah, congratulations! as
Thank you.
Yzma, aka Buster, on Twitch. Yeah, you did a fantastic job. You, honestly, I think after the lightning boss, you stayed in the lead past that point, so you definitely held on after that. And, yeah, honestly, you and Naya, both of you were going back and forth. It was a lot of fun to see you going through this game. So, what are your thoughts about it? What do you think about Scooby-Doo 2?
Actually, kind of fun. It's jank, but I like platformers. I like Scoobert.
Scoobert?
Hubert.
Goobert Doobert.
Oh, no.
One could say you Scooby did it.
Yeah, I liked changing characters. I like variety in games, and boy, this had some wild variety.
A surprising amount of variety, yeah. Like,
I still don't actually know how that trash can slide controls.
That was saying like, oh, this looks rad, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, it doesn't control anything like it looks or feels like.
honestly, though, like, sliding down hills on a round type of toboggan or trash can lid, you can't control anyway, so it was probably very accurate.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, did you think that the game was enjoyable then with the variety here?
I think it was generally pretty fun.
Okay.
Some things didn't work, like Scoopy's basic attack. He runs forward, and that threw me in a pit a couple times.
Yeah, we saw that towards the end. Kat called it out. She's like, if you just saw how Yzma died there, you know, that was pretty great, and that's a big problem with Scooby. Did Daphne control okay? I know that she had a decent amount of combat.
Oh yeah, I loved her. How she had the sword and then the giant axe. Like very, very fun. Seeing what weapon she had next.
I wonder if she got more
halberd.
weapons later on. Yeah, the halberd, it's good.
I think you don't play as her ever again at that point.
Disappointing.
Like, you're in the last world where you were, and I know Scooby fights the last boss.
Yeah, I figured because I remembered 10,000 volt ghost is towards the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm. And the post after you beat the game, it asks you like, "Hey, did you see the password from the movie?" And it won't show you the ending unless you put that password in.
Oh no!
That's in the post-credit scene of the movie.
Well, we watched it on like Hulu and it wasn't there.
It's SD2 is the password.
No.
Shockingly enough.
Well, you can guess it at least.
It's like, oh, do you know who's responsible for all this? And then it just pops up with the thing that just says, did you see the movie? You should put in the password from the movie. And there's a whole
anybody from spoilers.
Yeah. Well, I very much like this game. The last time that we had it was on Kusog7ande, so it was a very long time ago. Although I do believe that the 10,000 volts thingy boss showed up in one of the gauntlets that we had at some point. And honestly, like that fight is what is most interesting to me. I feel like that's like the high point of the game, and it's really cool. They did a very good job on that fight, I think.
I'm like,
go ahead.
It's tough, but once you figure it out, like it's fun, and you actually get checkpointed, which is nice. So I didn't have to fight each one over and over.
Yeah, it's tough, but it's not unfair. Which, honestly, when it comes to GBA, I want, like, it's way too easy for games to be mediocre than be, like, good or bad. And I feel like this pushes it over the edge to be a notable game, that fight specifically. Like, the first time that I tried to do it, I got destroyed. But yeah, do you think... I guess my last question about this, do you think that this was a good choice for a Kusog7ande game?
Yeah, I'd say it is. Like, it's not bad, but it still has jank you have to overcome. like in learning the jank and how it controls and like when to be cautious, when to like run forward like a madman is really important.
Yeah. Momentum is your enemy more than like the enemies are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sweet. What else are you playing these days? Do you have any fun projects going on streams, or anything that you're playing offline if you're not doing streams these days?
I've been playing the new Plague Tale game on stream recently.
Oh yeah, I saw that show up in like when you went offline. I need to play the first one. Is the second one being good?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like they're both pretty good. The second one is way higher on the crazy stuff happening meter.
I can believe it. Good. Do you think that I should play the first one before?
Oh, definitely. Absolutely.
Okay. So I have it on my long list of games that I want to play, but have never gotten around to it. So I'll go ahead and make sure that gets maybe lifted up a little bit, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, all I have to do is hear a recommendation from somebody, and I'm much more likely to play something. Even like that's just how life goes. Recommend it, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. Yeah, congratulations again. You and Nyalitu will be moving on to the next round. Seriously, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. And Kat, thank you for giving out this game. I had a lot of fun finally having Buffy, Scooby-Doo again.
Buffy too. We've got Buffy at home.
Buffy too. We've got Buffy at home.
All right.
All right. See you, friends. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Well, everybody, Kusog7ande, the Bad Video Game Tournament, is here on round 3. Right now, players have to score at least 19 points by the end of round 3 in order to move on to the 4th round of the group stage. And then we'll get people narrowed down to who's going to be in the bracket. Before moving on to the next game, though, I need to take a short little break, so everybody stand up. Go ahead, stretch all those limbs. If you have more, like stretch all those arms, all those legs, all of those potentially, like, I don't know, if you're an alien, you might have extra arms and legs, and those need stretched as well. I'll be back in about 1 minute. See you then.